Alrighty. What do you think about this matchup?
Classic one, I think. I'm not playing both of these races, so I'm not sure enough. But I was told for a long time that Apothecary is a very good pick against Chaos, generally. Um, However, I think Chaos Lord with a Mantle of Hate can somewhat do something about the Apothecary in tier 2, and should be quite even, I think.
Absolutely. The funny thing is, historically, you wanted the Ape what is it called again? The Chainsword against Chaos,
Yeah,
because
Sanguine.
Chaos. Yeah, exactly. Because Chaos doesn't really have a lot of good single target DPS, and if you just throw ticks at him, he's gonna level and heal constantly. But now with the Bolter buff, maybe we'll see that to keep the Chaos Lord a little bit in track.
You mean the Apo Bolter buff?
Exactly, for the stun. Since
Wait, it
the
was
energy
buffed?
cost.
I thought it was reversed the buff, like the
Uh,
melee damage, right? Was the
yeah,
buff.
exactly. That one got reversed, but he got energy reduction, so that it's a little bit easier on his
Oh, okay.
energy economy to still heal and get some stuns off.
And you expect Bestie of all people to know that?
Probably not.
He doesn't even read patch note. He just plays like he played 3 years ago and it works.
That's true.
Um, so yeah. But yeah, the classic, you want your hero to be as tanky as you can against Chaos, since they
Oh,
lack
not a good
that.
fight for Ticks.
Yeah.
They're just gonna feed a lot of free XP to the techs, and if you don't want to do one thing, is feed XP unnecessarily to Space
Fuck.
Marine models.
Can you tell me where you are in the replay?
2 minutes now.
I'm at, okay, so I will stop. I'm at 214. For some
Oh,
reason, I was ahead. Maybe we
two,
should pause at the start of the replay
yeah,
next time.
210, 211, 212, 213, 214.
All right, let's go. Because I also fucked up hiding the timer, so that's pretty shitty on YouTube. I will have to put
Black bar
um
on top of it.
some bar on it. Yeah, I don't.
That's
My cutting program doesn't even have bars. I think with the other videos I used some writing, some text that just said spoiler and was thick enough so you couldn't see what was beneath.
You know what's really interesting? It's a pretty huge map, and Bessie decided to not go for second scout, which is really odd, especially against Chaos rushing fast ASM. So there's double AC ticks around. I guess he wants rights. Oh, that's awkward. Bessie, I've seen the ASM, but he still decides to go for a Havoc.
Take a
Interesting.
guess, Dingus. Take a guess who that could be.
It's totally a Dilla.
Yeah, that's. I mean, people will believe you in it because
Oh,
your voices are somewhat similar.
but Adela can't say the word sword, so.
All right.
Jokes aside, you see Apo is going for a Sanguine now, and Tenso actually cancelled the Raptors and decided to go for the Havocs and decided to go for Raptors instead, which makes a lot more sense. Especially since, again, only one scout is on the map.
Yeah. Normal bleed.
Look at that Apo, he's basically healing off those ticks more than they can damage him.
Yeah. It's very good against Chaos. Seen that before. Even against AC ticks, he just stands there and doesn't lose health if you put him next to cover and not all models can hit him and surround him. He's just healing more than they can damage him.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I really don't know how I feel about the Raptors though, because the ASM together with the Whites will be able to do a lot of damage to the Heretics and the Raptors, so going full melee here is a little bit awkward as well. Unironically, something like 2-2 could be worth it, so 2 Heretics and 2 CSM, or maybe even a third. Well, probably not that third everything.
Tell me why Tenso's going for that armor, please.
Come again, please.
Why Tenso got that armor?
Tenso, Tenso is a funny chap, and he probably just wants his Raptors to be able to jump more, and of course for the HP region, because ASM again don't have a second scout. That means there's not a lot of DPS from shotguns coming onto the Chaos Lord, so he basically can just stay on the field forever with the HP region.
Yeah, certainly, but I mean, if your hero's already being ignored, why would you get an armor? Like, you
Look
would
at
want
that.
him to have a higher threat, wouldn't you? And not just make him even more ignorable.
He
Because
can basically tie up whatever he wants to, and the Spaceman player is not like Bessie is now going for
yeah,
a Devastator to keep the CL in check, because else his only squad that does a lot of DPS, the scouts here, is gonna get tied up by the Chaos Lord just running at them constantly.
and then he basically takes out the fully reinforced scout like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And forces into Devastator, which he already has a counter to. Yeah, okay, that's the kind of 4D chess that I don't understand when I'm not used to the matchup.
Or Tenso probably didn't plan on this like that either.
Okay.
Let's be real here. He probably just thought, okay, let's make my Raptors jump a lot of times.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, that was a little bit haphazard of this Raptors jumping into 4 SM squads. Are we gonna see a grenade? It looks like it. He's going for it.
It is. Good.
Oh, got a model. That's nice. I actually don't think that K-Worship works in retreat, but I'm not 100% certain.
Okay, I couldn't tell you. No Eternal War on the CSM. Has the power for tier 2 now, but not the rack. So that would actually be an argument to spend on upgrades, I think.
It's actually really funny to me how both players just constantly clash in the middle, and not a lot of side capping at all is happening, which in my opinion favors Space Marines quite a bit. While I say that as they get absolutely wrecked. But yeah, you get the idea. Now that the scouts are gone, the two ACTs can just walk through most of the stuff.
Call now upon the unholy power of the Chaos Gods.
Isn't looking too bad for Tenso.
Yeah.
Surely.
But look at those
underdog
VPs.
Here. Yeah.
That's worrying. Since you know, I wonder what's gonna happen next. Oh man, the Aper is gonna level like crazy here, I think. One more level. Come on, Aper. Level 3, Aper.
Heretics make it into the dev and do
Oh
take models
no,
off.
Tenso! Your jump unit! He AFK'd them and lost them to scouts. Damn.
Oh.
That sucks.
Oh. Oh. Didn't even see.
Now the devs are gonna have an absolute field day unless Tenso decides to go for a grenade launcher, which is not optimal in this composition at all, I think.
I mean, you're right, but at the same time, they are both tier 2. So
True.
usually setup teams aren't quite that suppressive anymore in tier 2. Suppressive, got it.
The pun, yeah. I don't like the usage of Doom Blast
Yeah.
on Tenso. He's using it quite liberally, even if he doesn't need to. You should really only use it if you need to catch something or if you want to fuck with the pathing of an enemy unit. Or if you can get a wipe, obviously.
So when will the Heretic Sergeant pistol be reduced in range? The AC?
If I remember correctly, next patch, but I might be mistaken. Might be
Oh
the one
really?
after.
It's actually planned. Oh, I
Might
love
be
it.
the one after. Or
I
maybe
just,
not happen at all.
I
No
mean,
one
they
knows.
are super strong, and
Oh, unlucky.
you know, you want to kite them with ranged units, but even if your ranged units are faster and you kite them, even at max range, that fucking AC fires at you. It's not a lot of damage. It's not a good pistol, but it's
How far
annoying.
from it? Are we gonna see? I mean, if we are gonna see a less cannon and a melter bomb is already coming online, and the blood crusher goes down here. Oh no, it's a missile launcher. Yeah, melter bomb missile
Yeah,
launcher
bye bye
will
Blood
probably the end
Crusher.
of the game.
Even the Devastator
The
could,
classic mistake.
yeah, even the Devastator could help. Why did he use a charge
Yeah.
in there?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's the classic mistake where people overcommit their vehicles into enemy lines and then just lose them for no reason.
but there was no need to
And then they
charge
complain.
it in.
Nope. So
Because I
yeah,
mean,
really close
you
game.
can still use the charge when you're completely immobilized, right? So even if
Yeah.
Melter Bomb and Last Cannon would hit you and you would usually be sitting duck, the Blood Crusher can still charge out, and that's a huge advantage. So you basically have to hold on to the charge until the Melter Bomb hit you to still be able to get out. And that was a poor
So next
mistake
replay
there.
is gonna be Niddies against OM, right? On Ashes of Typhon.
Yeah, give me a
Redux.
second. I noticed while doing the other videos that I am not showing stats at the end, and some Indrid enjoyers like that. So I shall give them that. And we do have
Alrighty.
Elictor against OM, Bestie on OM. A lot of OM players have complained about, oh well, asked how to fight Elictor because the feeder tendrils are so good there. What do you think?
I think Feeder Tendrils are a wargear that especially shines on lower levels. Once you get a little bit more experience with how to play the game, you can handle the Lictor with feeders way easier. So I think, for example, the tier 2 knockback talents are way more potent. And for tier 2, tier 1, normally I prefer either the poison weapon or the adrenal glands for more energy and HP.
Mm-hmm. I get that. I mean, you basically the best counter to the feeder tendrils is kiting the fucking Lictor. That way he does
Exactly.
less damage and heals less because he attacks less frequently, and the whole war gear is counted.
I'm gonna be really curious here if Bessie decides to go for a Poetus to deal with the Lictor easier, because I don't think it's really necessary. If the Lictor reveals himself, you can energy burst him to drain that sneak potential quite a lot, and then burst him with a Stormtroopers and kite a little bit.
Didn't quite get the flash hook there, retreated in time, Bestie that is.
Yeah, that would have been a dead model for sure.
Yeah, strong micro there, as
BC
expected
should be
from
really good here
Bestie.
against the double homers with the splash damage. Oh yeah, that looks
Oh,
really
I
juicy.
guess that looks like it's ignoring melee resistance and
Yeah.
range damage resistance, and that helps a lot when they're on the gens because they have both resistances.
While range damage resistance shouldn't really matter at all. Anyways, if you're hitting them in melee.
Yeah, of
Looks
course,
like
it just matters if you're shooting them.
yeah.
It was just more like a general comment for
Oh, special attack on the
people
strings.
that aren't that knowledgeable about the game as we two are.
Bestie committed and Tenso committed and got 2 gens down. Oh yeah, the perks are gonna help massively. If the Lictor gets energy burst by the strike squads, loses infiltration, and then gets a little bit of the perk ability, he's gonna be in a lot of trouble. So he probably wants to use the Lictor more on the sidelines instead.
On the other hand, flash hooking the perk lead model
That's true.
could help a lot, right? I mean,
Yeah. But even if you lose the model, right, you're just gonna back up a little bit, turn around.
yeah.
Cool, you lost the
If
model, but then you
that's the
win the
thing,
fight.
you basically would want the model not to get killed. So you want to force melee on it with Termagants so it doesn't die, but he can't fire ever
Well,
again.
yeah, but in practice it's gonna be
Yeah,
tough.
yeah, obviously. It's just theory crafting.
But yeah, again with how the energy yoinking of the Strike Squad Tomes works, I'd prefer for him to go for Adrenal Glance as well to keep his energy economy in check, so he gets more flash hooks and is less punished by energy drain.
Yeah,
Oh, Bessie kind of slipping up his micro here a little bit.
yeah.
Tenso it is.
I think. Mhm.
I keep thinking that Bessie is on nets, but he's not.
Yeah, I think like the Bestie kind of messed up his positioning in not in taking a long time to pulling up his perks for the bash. And all his other units are pretty bad at bashing, so ideally he would have wanted to defend his gens with the rest and perks to go for this, but then Lictor alone would have been able to force off the perks.
Oh, that's a pretty bad engagement coming up, I think.
Both losing his power, what would you say? Favoring Nitz, I guess? Because Nitz can stay tier 1. I mean, if both never leave tier 1, I guess Nitz would be happy, right?
I'm not 100% sure because in tier 1 to tier 2, nits want some power as well, right? You want, especially against strike squads and interceptors, you normally want your Adrenal Glands, which he's getting on his homers right now on both of them. That's 30 power on the drain. You have your warriors, your revenants. By the way, Thermos went down.
Yeah,
to
Thermos
the
did went down
interceptors.
retreat. Yeah, Interceptors did a lot of damage and BC got the final kill.
Oh no, you saw that Bestie doesn't know what his abilities are doing. He just used the ability of the purgations on the warriors. Oh, very lucky on the backlash. That could have wiped the purgation. But the
Lictor's
Lictor
going down.
is gonna die. Yes.
Yeah,
And one homer.
Strikes have such
Mind
high chasing potential. It's ridiculous. I always underestimate how much damage they will do after you retreat. It's like
But
2 PCs firing at you or something. I don't know. I swear it's like 300 damage even after you hit the retreat from melee.
well, to be fair, Fufu, you like to overcommit quite a bit.
Oh, you don't say. Really? Nah.
Not at all. That is kinda even so far, which is not good for the nits.
What do you think about pheromones here?
Good question.
And
If he had more wake points, sure, but at the moment he, in quotation mark, only has 2. Because you're gonna bleed, right? You get your homers in there, and they are gonna get messed up by the level 3 splash damage of the BC. You have the purgation splash damage. You have strike squad and interceptors, and maybe an icy grenade. I'm not sure it would be the best idea.
it's Adela Piano, it's Adela.
Yeah, hello piano, I'm Adela.
There is, I mean, Tenso's already rack staffed, and I guess the Hormagond reinforce cost nerf was nerf to pheromones as well, so...
Oh, that's bad. That's a really bad barrel. That's
Yeah,
way
they
too
can
preemptively.
basically, yeah, turn around and fuck the Ravenous up, right?
Yeah.
And
He
they
should have
will,
engaged with
yeah.
the melee first, and then bowed on top of the melee fight to get a knockback and threaten some webs. And you
He,
are overstaying your welcome here with the Mind Blades and double melee units.
he again used the purgation ability on the Warriors.
Yeah,
Well.
it's Bestie, so he probably doesn't know what his stuff does, which is kind of hilarious. Was that a losers bracket game? You don't have to
That
answer it if you don't want
was,
to spoil it.
yeah, no. People can watch in order. This is losers round 2. Round 1 was empty, so it's
I see.
more or less round 2, because round 1 was only between the 3 wins.
Yeah,
So this was the same round in which I fought Riku, which is the next thing we will watch.
you
And
won
the
that, right?
same round as Pax versus Oscar, which we watched last week, and Piluko versus Dingus, which we watched last week.
Gotcha. Tenso is engaging those fights really awkwardly, and he's just keeping his warriors in all the time instead of pulling them
Yeah.
back, getting knocked back.
He's not, I mean, he's doing the same mistake as Oscar last week in not just jumping in with warriors and running back out. He just stays in, eats a special of the strikes, and then the model dies and Synapse Backlash, yada yada. I mean, this case it didn't die, but it's just bad to keep them in the mini fight.
Yeah. Yeah, Tenso is engaging his fights terribly. That said, since the Termas died, Bessie could probably get away with just buying the halberd and the healing warrior, the unending purge on the BC, and he could probably solo Tenso's entire army right now.
Unending Purge. And what? Sorry.
The halberd for more splash
Oh yeah.
damage.
Oh yeah, it's 42, yeah.
It also does quite decent damage to a Tyrant God. Because high power melee, right?
Bestie, I think making Tenso, I think making a mistake there, pulling in the die last model. Still gets one model kill, but you want the XP on the Lictor tier 1, so just hook the models that will instantly die to gain that XP and bleed.
Or instead of getting the that if you don't have homers to follow up on the jump, right?
Yeah.
But instead of getting levels, you can also just buy Adrenal Glands on the Lictor Alpha.
Yeah.
Of course, you're not gonna get the melee skill, but the rest of it is handled pretty well if you do.
It's very awkward not to have anything on the Lictor.
Yeah. Our Tyrant God, it's a really big map, and again, another pretty bad jump on the Ravenous.
Yeah, I don't know
Like,
why he's. I mean,
what's the goal here?
he could have just stayed in ranged combat and made
Poked a little bit.
made Bestie come to him. Instead of that, he jumps his ranged units in. Like, why?
At least Homer's found some IC. Look at that retreat killing potential on those guys. Yeah, he's basically... Tenso's basically doing with his Lictor what normally Zavagal is doing if he's playing Brother Captain. Not fight at all, just cap the map.
Yeah.
And
He's
we're gonna
Zavagal.
see a Rhino.
Let's just call him Pax again, because not everyone knows all the names of everyone. And since throughout all the cup I call them Pax. So, Adrenal Glands on the various, buffing those Hormagons to ridiculous levels, and the Ravenous should they choose to get the melee upgrade. And the way he uses his Ravenous, I think he should get the melee upgrade.
No, you have nothing to deal with the BC. It's absolutely terrible. You're behind in VPs, you're playing on a massive map, half of your composition is melee, you have a Tyrant Guard against a Rhino and plasma guns.
Yeah.
This is not a good position for you.
No. Certainly not.
I wonder if Bestie doesn't buy any war gear on his brother captain because he's so used to it when he played Lord General, or because he doesn't know how the war gears perform, since he's not known for playing a lot of OM.
I don't know why he picked OM here even. Tenso's just moving his blob around.
I mean, Piano, you don't necessarily need to be level 2, right? I think you mean due to the melee skill and the specials, but with the scything talents, you can kinda counteract that. If that's what you're referring to with the level. We have some Venom Boot call in. If you don't need them instantly, you don't necessarily need to call them in. It's better to use stock a couple more times.
Oh, okay, Lictor dies and Tenso
Yeah.
decides to rather go cast for the rest of the evening.
Sounds so toxic.
What?
It sounds kinda toxic.
No, I didn't. I mean, we're gonna cast my match against Riku next. It's not gonna get any better.
Oh boy.
All right. So I don't mean any ill here.
It's all fun and games, unless the game is over. So which one of those was your first match?
Same map.
Same
Yeah.
map, okay.
Odin.
Me too, me too.
So this is the same round, losers bracket round 2, but the first round with actual games. I'm paused at 2 seconds.
God damn it, you're getting slower and slower, Fufu.
What do you
Okay,
mean?
me too.
Okay.
And before it was 1 second, now it's 2 seconds. Literally
Alright.
half this micro.
3, 2, 1, go.
Alrighty. Rico on his main. Fufu
Riku.
on not his main.
Well, I don't know if I'm still a Kanop main. I like him the
Oh.
most, but I've by now played all 3 Orc heroes, I think, so much.
Which one do you enjoy the most?
Kanop, obviously. Comes to
Well,
enjoying.
and to playing the best in your opinion, or the most?
I think I had. I can't. Wait, I think it was Warboss when I beat Cry that one time during a tourney. Well, the one game. I still lost the best of 3, but I got one game. And I
That's
don't
handsome.
know. It's been a. I mean, that has been a long ass time, and it's even been longer when I beat Piano's Nits, and I can't even remember what hero I was there. So I also beat Riku's Nits, but I think that's a Nit thing. The matchup is quite RNG heavy, so you sometimes just win as orcs there with lucky specials. So
Yeah.
I would say Warboss is probably the one with the most success, actually.
Well, that's very interesting, actually. I find that very curious, because I think both of the other two are vastly superior at the moment.
It's a big map, and there's these large shot blockers, so this is why I decided Macboy. Also decided for the classic double shooters, because there's no heavy cover on this map.
Fufu, wanna take a bet? You obviously played this match, right? But my guess would be that Rico is buying ASM next. and then going into a Razorback, and if he has time for that, afterwards he's gonna get a Libby.
Okay, I don't even remember what he went for. So I think I'm doing the right thing here and not engaging the tags and everything earlier.
That was very dangerous with the sluggers here. Instead of shotguns, he could have gone for a sergeant and retreat naded you. But then again, rushing shotguns against a single slugger is also pretty curious.
I mean, for this being tier 1.0, where you usually completely go down as Orc, I think I played it quite well, just losing one model on the slugger and having an even amount of map, I would call it. Now, my game plan would be to blob
Look,
up and use the power spike of the Storm Boys for the
but
ASM come out. Hmm?
did you see how in quotation marks slowly you retreated your shooter boys here? You could have bled like one
Yeah.
or two more models if you were unlucky. That's like completely unnecessary because the tanks are gonna take this way anyways. That's what I mean with overstaying your welcome sometimes.
Yeah, that was obviously just a micro mistake. I mean, it's not like I tried
Okay,
to get more damage into the text or anything.
gotcha. You have a good
Obviously,
power spike here.
if shooters, yeah, I have a good power spike, but not blobbed up good enough because again, that shooter was retreated way too late. I would want both my shooters here. I don't have them, and that's a huge problem already. MacBoy taking damage. Battery pack is out. But I think overall, I do use this engagement goes okay if I remember correctly, but we'll see. ASM will fight the sluggers, while the Storm Boys
A little bit late
get
on
a
the...
heal way too late. Yes, I
Yeah.
know.
Can you
But,
jump? Do you have a jump? I think you do.
Surely should.
I think you could have killed that Apo here. Oh, retreat. Oh boy. That was with a clutch. Yeah, the thing I noticed that you tend to do is, oh look, he could have gotten another sergeant here and wiped your stuff. He has the power and the requisition. Just saying that. The thing I noticed, sometimes you get your power spike and then you start blobbing and everything looks like so perfect. Like, oh, this is a dead farm. You can basically decap it, and then you start capping all over the map, and it's like, oh no, don't throw that power spike away like that. Are you gonna force melee on those? No. Too much DPS.
Yeah. I was on my way to that, but yeah. And now this power spike is obviously over. He's got the Fury Rise. And
was
I
about to say-
forgot to drop
Yeah.
my gens.
I was
For
about to say
way
the power
long.
spike was over because it hit my chance.
Yeah, and that's basically game.
Dims.
At this point, I was so frustrated with my plays. First, the shooter not retreat, so they being way too late for the power spike fight, the main one. The
It
let's
looks
say
decent still.
let's
you
say
could've-
the late heal on the Storm Boys in the main fight, and now the map control right here. Yeah, already quite depressing.
Yeah, but it happens. You could have noted you have so much requisition. You could have noted the other power as well, and maybe even build a gen of it to catch up a little bit.
Yeah, but you're gonna need that requisition tier 2. So I'm sometimes quite hesitant to get that other node. On the other hand, yes, he doesn't have a flamer, so why not?
I don't think unbalancing your EQ in advance for a possible scenario is the best idea, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Not working well.
Yeah. You might have been able to catch up by now in power and maybe started taking in like a couple of seconds if you built that extra gen.
Mm. Well, maybe if I did it by the time I dropped the 2 gens, but Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously didn't. I also need to stop splitting my shooters this late. I don't even know if I will retreat them here. Quite
That's
late.
a good. Oh, that's so unlucky. I was about to say that's such a good position with the Storm Boys to counter initiate, and then your Mech Boy just teleported away, and no more battery pack of the bed. But you made it in time. Should probably get the fuck out.
This is where I lose the game, I think. Do I? No. It's fine. Force them off. Shooters
Oh,
still have a few models.
surprise, surprise! It's the Razorback.
I mean, why
I
not?
take it that Storms. Okay, they're gonna decap. Yeah.
And I'm like really
Good.
the late gen drop is what really
Yeah.
hurts me here. Otherwise, I would be tier 2 by now. Could be building something.
But in all honesty, I don't even think it looks that
No, it's
terrible in this
not over.
position.
It's not over.
Because you have enough resources to get a Beamy Looter and to get a Call the Boys. Well, a little bit of red is missing, but you get the idea. So you can definitely defend your power farm,
Yeah.
I think, because
The
there's no Tech Flame.
the ideal play here, seeing this right now in observers mode, obviously, it's easy to say.
Yeah.
Would
Yeah, but it's
be
mostly just the map control that's very
yeah.
detrimental
It
to
would
the
be
mind.
getting the MacBoy Beamy
True.
and then aiming for a strong Call the Boys play.
Yeah,
Maybe
didn't even think about that.
maybe send the
that would,
sluggers. Maybe send the sluggers side capping. Because ever since there's no more. But yeah. What can you say?
yeah.
Ever
Beamy-
since scouts can't fitnate anymore, burner sluggers can actually 1v1 fully upgraded tier 1 scouts on the side lane, so that's something. Not without
yeah,
bleeding
Beamy,
models, but they can still force them off.
Beamy make would have been a really good call actually, because you already bought the Taka, so you could have switched
Switch
back
back
after
without
killing the
costs,
Razor.
yes. Mhm.
Exactly, teleport after slip down. What is it called? Is it
Daka, daka,
also
daka.
something with Daka? The global?
No,
Daka is the
more
gun.
Daka, sorry, more Daka. Daka Daka
Too
Daka is
much
the
Daka.
gun. More Daka is. So you have Daka 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 and put more Daka on it. What makes that?
Yeah.
Daka 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 Daka, I
What
guess.
Daka?
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways.
And then there's Laughter Daka if you have commandos in tier 3.
So off to game 2 we go. I assume, without loading in yet, that it's gonna be a Chaos Lord against the Canop.
I'm. How did you assume that? I'm showing stats still.
Because I did the same.
Yeah, I know, and I think I have said that somewhere that we did the same fucking mistake on the same fucking map.
Yeah. You like your Canop and Rikyu, if he plays Chaos, it's only gonna be Chaos
Yeah,
Lord.
it is. And I should have known that. And therefore, obviously go for Warboss, but yeah.
Out of curiosity, did you use the
1
veto at all?
second. I'm at 1 second.
Okay, I'm loading in.
I'm not sure. Can't tell you anymore. I mean, that's been 3 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. How would I remember?
Nah, really? Damn, how time flies.
I mean, I guess I could just go rewatch my POV. But yeah. Riku likes to do the picking stuff on stream messages, so it may not even be on my POV stream.
It's so odd, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So, have you loaded to 1 second?
Yeah. Ready when you are, sir.
All right. Does it go on when I resume? Yes, it does. Okay, sorry. Now I'm at 4 seconds.
Alrighty. 4 seconds. Ready when you are.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So Warboss
What?
against Chaos Lord.
Damn, it's not a K-Nob.
It is not. It is not.
I'm
I
shocked.
completely misremembered, I guess.
So much talk about the K-Nob into the Chaos Lord, and now we're gonna have up with the Warboss.
So I did everything correct there. That's something.
Yeah.
Picking wasn't the problem. Just my recent problems fighting. I remember the problem, but I don't want to spoil anything.
Oh boy.
Not gonna take long.
Oh boy. Are you gonna AFK unit and lose it to melee ticks?
No,
Happens to the best of us.
worse.
Oh boy.
So I split the Warboss, and I don't agree with that anymore. I think splitting shooters is the right thing here. Oh no, actually Sluggers. Sluggers and accompany the Warboss with 2 shooters is what I think you want to do.
So that the heretics don't kite your Warboss infinitely with the CSM shooting him.
Yeah,
Because if they try to do that, you can just shoot them down
you
with
shoot
the
them.
shooters. Yeah.
Exactly. And Sluggers can basically 1v1 everything early on, as long as it's not the Chaos Lord, and if it's the Chaos Lord, Sluggers are faster, so you can just walk away.
Why you think sluggers with 2 shooters always? How's
Yeah,
that?
Cry always tells me that, and I just don't agree.
What for though? Oh, big nice big war. No wet for another one. Now you have enough wet. But yeah,
Look at
too
these
many
murder
heretics.
hobos. Look
Yeah.
at that. I retreated
Yeah.
them with half HP. Holy crap. I overstayed. I overcommitted. What a surprise.
As soon as the second take once at you probably
Yeah.
wanna be like, get the fuck out over there. But yeah, ticks are scary, man. Like, they're no joke. 2 default heretics can kill a strike squad with ease without tomes, so they can definitely kill a default slugger squad as well.
Yeah, surely. But, you know, but kill them when you retreat at half HP and the second squad is not even in yet, that was quite surprising for me, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I dodged the kill the week here. Chaos Lord goes for the CSM, obviously, but they go for a building garrison, that is. So I have to go. Zomboys are out. So are Noise Marines. Noise Marines are going for the sneaky bash. Ninja that shit.
Okay, hot take, because it's an absolutely unused war gear. But what do you think about Big Stomp here and just babysit your big shooters? Like,
Possible,
just commit on
yes.
shooter upgrades and get Big Stomp. Because Riku is just Aing his heretics in 24/7 here.
I used a
Shooters want to get
different,
into
yeah.
garrison.
I used a different path here by going for the Bang Bang Hammer.
But you don't get to hit a lot of stuff if you are getting suppressed by the heretics, right?
Why is he doing a single there? Well, it is what it is, right? So, Noise do get the note, but I place a gen before they do, so I at least have my 3 gens up, because I was quite sure that I could save that gen. It gets a little close,
Yeah.
but I do save it.
Oh,
I like the Bang Bang Hammer against Chaos especially because of the damage threshold. It's a weapon that can one-shot even AC tick models, even through melee resistance, because it does exactly the right amount of damage, so it can one even full HP AC tick models. So he gets a lot of XP by just running at the heretics all the time like that.
basically what Chris says here, though. Chaos is not just gonna leave you able to hit your AC ticks with the Warboss 24/7.
Yeah. That's why I, by now, having played a lot against Chaos after the cup, don't do that anymore. Today I wouldn't agree with the Bang Bang Hammer at all. I would actually do as you said, and went for shooter and maybe add big stomp to it. But
I
certainly
think
the shooter.
with the shooter, I mainly meant shooter upgrades on the boys. Custom
Yeah,
shooter
sure.
only if you're struggling a lot with the Noise Marines or the Chaos Lord. And then
Yeah,
just
exactly. Which I will struggle. I mean, let's just say, as soon as he gets the combi flamer, at least,
yeah, it's such a pain.
you basically are free to answer that with a Warboss shooter.
I wonder how double shooter boys with the boss pole upgraded trade here.
I mean,
Wait, what do you think about
the
that? Big stomp, boss pole, and shoot upgrades, and then just basically a move.
I don't know what the boss pole. I mean, your shooters are usually untouched until heretics are right on them, and then you need to retreat anyways. The 20% extra HP on boss pole doesn't help you. It also
Um,
doesn't really help you when you're being shot at by noise marines. So
I mean, better trading potential against the Chaos Lord to burst him down quickly without losing any models,
oh,
primarily.
I mean, if you focus the Chaos Lord, his damage isn't really the problem. If you don't focus him, well, I guess then it could be helpful. I don't know.
Looking good, and that should be a dead Chaos Lord if you don't make your stomachs properly, but Warboss should be enough now. Oh, it is.
The Warboss level 2 here. Even get a CSM model.
Very
If I
nice.
didn't lose
But
the
map control
sluggers
once again.
early, yeah, of course, if you lose the sluggers first engagement, you will struggle with map control. If I didn't do that, this could have become a good match, but I didn't.
You are doing the thing again. You're keeping your economy uneven probably in advance for possible tier 2 bleed, which is delaying your tech
I mean,
and
I could drop a
leaves you open to
note,
a
but I
sneak
wouldn't even
decap.
have a second power to, you
Yeah.
know.
Oh yeah, no,
What would you
no.
want me to
I
do?
mean
I
no.
mean, get a slugger squad?
No, I mean drop the node so that he can't sneak a decap, which it looks like he's gonna do actually, because that's such a pain.
I I can't even remember if he will make it. I think he does because I commit so hard here. Yeah.
No, he's going
He's
to
gonna
bash.
bash. Yeah, you could argue that. Because I wanted to save the power,
That's annoying.
actually. I got bashed already a little by when he got my node, and
Yeah.
it. All honesty, it should have probably been both, just Sluggers and Pain Boy. Fuck it, but I didn't, obviously. Also didn't use the globals good. Like, this should have been an art voice on the Warboss once I noticed he's focusing him. He would not have been forced off that way. And now he's tier 2.
Mental of
Basically.
hate.
Dodged another kill the week though.
A little bit late on the art boys again, I feel like. Are they gonna wipe?
Surely.
It looks like it, yeah.
Because I jumped in and not out.
Telling you, dicks are kinda spooky. Yeah, and with the Storm Boys, level 2 Storm Boys gone and being behind in take, that looks really rough. You caught up a little bit on map control though,
Yeah.
which is nice, but
Do I get a second noise now?
I think I would have liked if the Sluggers soft
I like how
engaged
they
instead.
went back in there so the heretics could kill another model.
But can you
Very
imagine
nice
if
of
you
them.
if you had soft engaged here and got a Slugger Knob in tier 2, You could have kept that map control, and Riku greatly going straight to tier 3. What is he gonna go for? The question of the day.